Okay, we should be live now.
Yep, coming up on my end.
Great stuff.
Yep, it should.
Well, first of all, hello to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're finding ourselves in lovely, quaint Iraq. Just give us a few minutes for everybody to join in on the multiplayer. Are we live on YouTube?
Yeah, live.
Good stuff. For some reason my tablet's not showing it. Well, Horizon, you're the developer of this area. Would you like to say something about it?
Yeah. I made it in about 3 months, and I first did it because I was thinking, like, at first I was using the Iraq as some kind of joke, and then I was thinking, why not to build it? So that's why I built Aruba.
This is good. How can I switch that off?
To Boogie Gaming, yes, we are in Iraq.
I'm thinking of moving the truck in a place where we can line up, because we're kind of scattered all over the place.
Do you want to take a highway or freeway?
Whatever you think is the best recommendation for this trip.
I mean, on highway you can do some jumps at high speed.
Okay.
So that would be fun.
Okay. Can we all line up near this main road?
Yeah, I need to find a way to turn it around, but yeah.
Just a few minutes and we'll be on our way. Pretty incredible landscaping here. Very, very different from anywhere else in a Euro truck for sure.
Thank you.
I think people will also need to get used to the different road signs being in Arabic.
Where are you going? Do you want to take a freeway or because you're taking a freeway?
Oh, already going the freeway? Okay. Where's the highway? Is that straight ahead?
Yeah, it was straight ahead.
Okay.
Where I am.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we can take another junction.
Okay. So you're telling me to go on the highway?
Yeah. Just take a left turn on the freeway.
It's very dusty out here. You can overtake me and take the lead if you want to.
Nah. My FPS is not good, so. On the next junction, get to the
Okay. There any surprises here, like roadblocks?
no roadblocks.
Roadblocks.
They're saying to switch today, we can't because we're playing a multiplayer and the time is locked.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't change the time of the day. So you're saying take this exit?
Yep.
Okay.
It took me a while to research the Iraqi signs, so
I can imagine. They seem pretty different from anything else in the map, for sure.
well, they look quite German.
Yeah.
The only good photos I could find was from Iraqi war, so
Yeah.
not very recent.
So this is an improvised fuel station. Oh,
Well,
was I meant
pretty
to
much
stop there?
everything you see is what's there.
Yeah. I definitely have the feeling like I'm driving in the desert.
We are now
Why?
going back to where we came.
We are going wrong way. But anyway, we can check another convoy.
Okay.
Turn right up here, Skull.
Right. Okay.
We can turn around down there by the looks of it.
No problem. I think by the time that we're spending now driving around a bit,
Well, it's good because when we reach stuff like Israel, to be
oh, there is
right.
a wall. There is a wall here, so I can't turn around. Hold on a second, because I need to change something on the Discord. So our chat messages are actually coming through on stream. Just give me 1 second. I'll park up here. You guys can turn around. There we go again. We're back on stream.
Okay, I'll give up. I'm stuck.
You can
There we
always have 9.
Yeah, very very thankful we have that enabled here.
Well, thank you for showing us this place.
Yep. Now on the intersection, keep left.
Okay. I'm gonna try and read the chat a little bit while we are driving, which is gonna be hard.
Try to go as fast as possible to have some jumps.
Some jumps. Straight ahead.
Yep. Keep left. Go on the intersection.
Okay.
The road forks and we'll have to veer to the left.
Okay, fine. This truck isn't very fast, but I'm doing about 75. Oh, there we go. That jumped a little bit.
That's not a jump.
Was that supposed to have an effect?
A bit. But there are more better jumps. However.
Well, the good news is that it's actually getting brighter now, so people watching the stream can see more, which is good stuff.
We are getting requests to show the map. We might do that in the next city.
On
Yeah.
the border crossing.
On the border crossing, we can show the map. Yeah. For some reason,
Yep, that's a good
my chat's not loading on my tablet, so I can't actually read anything.
Keep left, keep left.
Okay. Wow, these roads are quite confusing.
That's how they are in real life.
Yeah. Is fuel cheap here? Shall we fill up?
I think it was about 70 cents or something. Euros.
Yeah, yeah.
Now go fast.
Okay. Break the speed limit.
Don't worry about it.
I think I could possibly get to 100. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna tip.
Don't tip.
Yeah, I'm struggling not to tip as I try to catch up here.
Yeah. Keep going straight.
Yeah.
Keep going fast.
Yes.
Okay. Am I meant to go and follow the road?
Yep.
Okay. Right. I see.
Now.
Yeah, that will be quite difficult to control. That's quite
Nice
interesting.
jumps, yeah.
Yeah, quite an interesting road texture. I presume that this is the border.
Yep.
Oh, there's a bug right there. Grass through the road.
Where?
On the bridge. Terrain item detail.
It's probably on the bug tracker already, most likely. Usually are.
Okay. Wow. This is quite a big space.
It's even bigger in real life. I had to a bit simplify it. But
I think I can use this lane here.
you can use all of them.
Okay. Do we have someone reading the chat?
I'm keeping an eye on it.
Matthew's in there answering questions.
Yeah.
Grey Fox says this looks like the ATS roads.
Well, a little bit. But it's Euro truck.
I'm lost Polish.
Sorry?
Someone else prefer Polish.
Me?
Someone in the chat.
We do have Polish developers, but not the main ones.
David, who's online, is Polish.
Oh, he is too, isn't he?
This looks very, very authentic.
Yeah. How did you find out how these checkpoints look, Horizon? Did you have to I mean, is any of this on Google Maps, or did you have to just find pictures on your websites?
Google
Or?
Maps. I had to use some other websites if a more recent and better resolution
Right,
maps.
yeah.
We are getting bugged for the UI map.
Yep. Let me just open the gate and I'll park up and I'll bring up the map.
Also, some of you will notice we also added messages in UI about the flag and country name.
I'll just park here and I'll show the map.
I just got to do something. I'll be back in a bit.
Yep. So we just started over here. Oh, now I see how I've driven. I actually had no idea. So there's this long road through Jordan, and then there's a little bit of Syria. Israel's obviously quite densely filled. Egypt. And there's a little surprise here. Now I've given it away, pretty much everything. Hope that satisfies people. I'll catch up with Plum. Plum, you're on the front, I think. Oh wow, that was quite the bump.
Yes, because that was a speed bump. I think that's this road is the straightest road we have in the game.
The straightest road in the game.
Yeah, surely.
It looks pretty
much
straight.
Pretty much had to adjust the serial a bit to make it centered, and just pressing the gas and then.
I think people that have modded trucks with high power, high volume capacity engines will appreciate this road.
Technically, you can have a break what's going on in the highway.
Is fuel cheaper in Jordan than in Iraq?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked it.
Okay.
But it should be about the same.
We need to get to Saudi Arabia for some cheap fuel.
Oh yeah, it was like 11 cents. Euros. I had this Saudi fuel much cheaper than water. So now we are coming to the first town in Jordan.
Yeah.
You can go for a fuel station if you want.
I'm okay, I still have half a tank. I should probably slow down here. 60 kilometers in the city.
We've got a question in the chat about different version numbers. Yeah, we're releasing 2.45 before ETS 2 1.37 comes out, just because we don't know how long it's going to be. So yes, we'll have to release another version for 1.37.
The thing is with 1.37 is that SES have changed a lot of stuff in their audio engine, and as the ATS Open Beta has shown us, there's a lot of problems with the new audio stuff. Of course, it's really cool. There's lots of new features, but there's also lots of you know, preliminary things like baby diseases, and they have to be solved. So I think that's also why 1.37 for ETS is a little bit slower. And of course, the whole situation with the virus going around the world has some impact on the workforce and the availability of SES. Everybody's now working from a home office, which also means that the bug fixing and the development of 1.37 would have had a bit of a slowdown. So we decided that the safest thing to do for now was to release ProMods 2.45 for 136, and then as soon as 137 is actually out, we will have to update ProMods again, and particularly look at all the sound files, because we have quite a lot of sound files in the mod, and they will have to be adapted to the new system, so that we can then release an update, probably 2.46 for 137.
Baby diseases.
Yeah.
Teething problems.
Yeah, that's the exactly. Sorry, that was a literal translation from Dutch.
I just find it very funny, that's all.
Yeah. I couldn't think of the English word. It happens sometimes. So yeah, in other words, I think that 137 will still be quite a while, maybe a month or longer. It may go in open beta sometime soon, we don't know, but even if it does go in open beta for ETS, it will probably take a long time for it to actually go stable. This is a very long straight road, Horizon.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's wonderful, I can eat my dinner.
Yeah, you just lock your steering wheel and you can eat your dinner, and by the time you finish your dinner you're at the other side of the road.
Yeah, or no. Depending on how you lock your wheel. If it is perfectly straight, you'll be fine.
This seems to be a city again. It looks like there are no town signs, you know, entering a new town.
I don't think those exist in Jordan.
I saw a sign for the Syrian border there.
Yep. We can go there if you want.
Yeah, we can, sure. Maybe Michelle has a recommendation as well. I can hear you, Michelle, but you're very, very faint. Maybe you can increase the volume of your microphone.
Yes, continue to take the way.
Okay.
Where's typing in the chat?
He said continue straight. Horizon, you probably know the road as well, so I suppose it's straight.
I think we are going to northern Israel.
Okay. It would be really nice to have some camels here. We should get a camel model.
Well, we have a recruit, so we can ask him to make one.
That would be nice. If there's anybody watching this stream that has the ability to make 3D models, you can always reach out to us, because it's hard to find talented people that can model.
A lot harder than it is to find people who can map.
Yeah.
Well, modeling is more like generic, whilst mapping is more specific, specialized for one game. So finding the modelers is much easier.
Well, for finding someone who can model, yes, but although making the model might be a generic skill, you also have to know the procedures to get it.
Yeah, like
Sure, something like-
definition work or texturing. Yeah.
I would like to give the people the outside view of my truck, but my engine is so loud that when I do that, you can't hear the voices anymore on Discord.
Well, you can take the right turn and stop for a bit if you want.
Yeah, we can do that. Go in here.
Yep.
One problem with being so far south here is that taking quite a while to get light. If we were up in Scandinavia or something, daytime already.
Yes.
Plum. Keep your distance.
First crash of the stream. Managed to make it about half an hour. Pretty good going.
I think that's a record.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just park up here and do an external camera of the convoy. It looks like we're in the middle of nowhere. Does it actually say on the sign how far we are? No.
No. But beforehand, it said 70 kilometers to Mafraq, so we are maybe halfway,
Okay.
maybe 20 kilometers away.
Maybe. Let me just, I'll put my handbrake on. Check my map. Oh, we are on our way. But the freight I picked up is going to a different destination. And this add-on definitely gives you a completely different landscape compared to the rest of the ATS world.
Well, yes. This one is basically desert, while most of Europe is basically forest and fields.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I stopped for the stop sign. I'm driving a little bit slower so you guys can catch up.
I have to go for fuel.
Fuel? Okay. I'll get some myself as well.
Yes, check the prices.
Oh. 70 cents, you were right.
Someone's asking where
In,
he wants.
embrace. Sorry.
I'll clear the space so that someone else can get some fuel too.
The price is actually wow. That's very interesting.
Here, Michelle in our chat is confirming that if we want really cheap fuel, we should go down to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Then we must go to northern Israel and then go south.
That
Do you,
could work.
do you still want to do Syria or no?
I mean, we can take a bit of a detour, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So that means that we need to go straight to Irbid, right?
Yep. Go to Irbid.
I need to adjust my settings of the GPS. Hold on. Where are we going? So we can go through. Oh, we will not be able to go through the Syria to Israel.
Yeah, we cannot do that.
That is impossible, but we can go here. It is fairly easy driving, so it's good if you like to make miles on your truck.
Well, considering the previous version, it was very compact, so it wouldn't do much distance.
Yeah, now you can. So we're going right here towards Syria.
Yeah, right, go right.
Yeah,
It literally says Syria on the side.
yeah. I can see that.
I must say, Mad also created a bunch of good Middle East prefab.
Yeah. It's so nice to see the correct road lines and the correct colors. Wow, that was an aggressive speed bump again. .10 km speed limit. Oh, that's impossible. This is a little bit scary, this border.
Indeed.
Someone reversing in the border gates?
If people haven't noticed, we also added messages in the window which says Syria, for example, or Iraq with its country flag.
Yeah, that's a really nice feature, that.
Yeah, I like it myself as well, although I have to place one side note, and that is that we haven't done that all over Europe just yet, because there's a lot of borders.
And we
Yeah,
attached the feature.
I was passing through a border the other day, and instead of saying the country, it told me to drive on the right, even though it was through two countries which both drive on the right. So
Yeah.
haven't quite got it all sorted yet.
Skull, can you stop behind a Welcome to Syria sign?
Okay. On the road?
Yeah.
Well,
Now check the spelling.
check the spelling of the sign. I was just looking at the map.
Yeah. No, on a sign.
Yeah. There's two L's, which one of them's painted.
We are coming towards the first Syrian town.
And just to reinforce the message, this part of the country is apparently stable in terms of the political climate. Although, of course, you'll come across some of these checkpoints and things. But there are no... Ooh, whoopsie. There are no war zone territories in the map.
All of the territories presented in the map are controlled by the government, or they're basically not affected by.
So you need to drive 10 kilometers per hour, or you get a speeding ticket here?
Yep.
Oh, that's good to know. It's expensive business.
We have to make money somehow.
Are there any more questions on the chat?
Just a lot of people just asking about progress on respective different countries.
If you name a few, I could probably answer some of the questions.
People
Okay, let's
asking
see.
about Belarus and Ukraine.
Yeah. Ukraine is under development. We're a little bit secretive about what we're doing there because it'll be a nice surprise when we actually release it. Belarus is definitely not in the picture yet.
Well, that's under a Rust mapped
Yes, exactly.
area, isn't it? So that's kind of that's their business.
There's very little point in ProMods now trying to develop the Belarus area. It's good speed limit here.
Yeah, there were some other people earlier asking about North Macedonia and Greece.
Right. Well, Greece has one new city. Oh my god, I'm really going to lose all my money driving around these checkpoints. Let's turn around at this roundabout here, so that we can go back and then head into Israel. I like the models that you guys used to give this Arab Middle Eastern feel.
We use mostly French and Italian assets,
Yeah.
and with Balkan DLC we used Moscow.
Great. Gone through there. What was the other question? Greece. So in Greece we added one city with a new border connection into Bulgaria. Macedonia, and then talking about the former Yugoslav Republic. We have added a few more cities and actually quite a few connections into bordering nations, so there's more roads going from there into Bulgaria. And I think it's mostly Bulgaria, not Serbia. Serbia's got several new connections as well. So of course all those border crossings have now been added in 2.45.
Yeah, but and there's still a couple more connections which didn't quite make it for this version, still to come, right?
There's at least one more crossing in Serbia that we didn't get around to completing. So that one will probably be added in 2.50. Don't, hold me to it, because things can always change.
Keep your distance.
Yes. Oh no, I got another speeding ticket. Oh my gosh, these...
I see another question about Lithuania in 2.0.
About the what?
There will be no new cities there, but there will be some areas which are rebuilt.
About Lithuania, was.
About Lithuania, well, I think, yeah, you can answer that question. Oh my gosh, it's again 10k. This is a terrible.
There will be a new company in north part of the country, and the bypass of Panevėžys will be also reconstructed completely.
That's correct. There's some developments happening in Estonia as well. We talk about
Another question about Golan Heights.
Golan Heights. And we're talking about the area between Lebanon and Israel. It's
No, Israel and Syria.
and Syria. That's disputed territory, so it won't make it into the mod as such.
And we are not many towns big enough.
Let's see, we've got a question about updates in Norway, and yeah, there's kind of some new content in 2.45 because of the rescale.
There's a tiny bit of new stuff in Norway in 2.45. Oh, wow, that took a long time for that thing to open up. Okay. Anyway, 2.50 will probably see a lot more content in Norway, but again, it's one of those areas we'd like to keep the surprise until 2.50 is ready. There we see the border flag again, entering Jordan.
Oh, I also seen a question. Why don't we use full names of the countries like Hashemite, Kingdom of Jordan, and so on?
on the pop-up notification with the flag, we actually can't, because the language strings that are used for that pop-up effect are the same as SCS use in the world map. So that would make it very long on the map.
And it might not fit even. It might not fit.
Yeah. And in some languages you also have to understand that some languages, when it goes to localization and the translations in other languages, they get very, very long. So now we actually have to make a decision where we're going from here.
Israel.
Israel, of course. Let me look on the map. See where we're going.
Just take right or right.
Yeah, I just want to show the viewers as well. Okay, so we're going through Irbid into Israel. I think we should probably go past the Dead Sea. How about that?
Well, we can go to Irbid, down to northern Israel, and then go south alongside Dead Sea to Negev Desert.
Yep.
And then straight to Saudi Arabia.
Yep. That seems like a great plan, actually. That will be the second one. This is quite a long road. It's telling me it's about 800 kilometers. So that's great. Is everybody here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Another question. Any updates for UK?
2.45, no. 2.50, most definitely.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, quite a few different ones actually. Good.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some new work in the what do you call it? The eastern part of the country, East Anglia. There's a lot of refurbishment that has happened in the UK in various places, including Scotland. There's definitely going to be some upgrades in Wales. Quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, people asking about, there was someone asking earlier about Bulgaria saying it's not completed, but my understanding is that at least initially in 2.45, that's going to be replaced wholesale by SES and completed Bulgaria. So.
Yes and no, not entirely. The majority of Bulgaria has been replaced by DLC territory. However, we have managed to reintroduce some of the ProMods territory
that's good.
back into the map. So Montana and Vidin, those two cities have been returned to the map and made part of the DLC landscape as such. There are some other areas of ProMods Bulgaria that we would like to return, but those areas have not been incorporated just yet. I think in general, if you look at Bulgaria compared to other countries on the map, it's got quite a lot of cities, so I think the density of Bulgaria as a country is quite good.
There is a potential to add another city or two.
Yeah, there could be maybe one or two more cities, but I think Romania probably needs more cities than Bulgaria.
Oh, it needs more road connections.
Absolutely. This is quite a nice landscape here.
Plumber's done that much ramming that is now having engine problems.
Oh no.
He should drive more careful.
You can fix yourself, right? Um,
Yes, /fix in the chat.
Yeah. Some people might be wondering how it's possible that we're actually playing ProMods in multiplayer in a version that's not public. All I can say is thanks to the Truckers MP team and being so kind and supportive of allowing us to do this. We are actually on a private server separate from everything else, so that is what allows us to do this testing.
You couldn't have rammed Skull, could you?
He rammed you again.
Again.
Okay, I'll let you pass. Go ahead.
I don't know where we're going.
We're going across the border into Israel, and then we'll turn left. Again, another very, very interesting border.
Michelle is suggesting that we go to Afula if we want to see something other than desert.
Okay.
So we have to go to the right and smoke green.
So what's his suggestion? Which city?
He said Afula.
I'll try and find that on the map.
It's a bit north. Go right.
Okay, I will have a look. This is
Right,
looking...
and then immediately left, I think.
It's looking a lot more Mediterranean compared to what we just came from. Okay, right.
Someone asking in the chat whether ProMods
Turn
2.45.
left.
Yep.
Someone asking in the chat whether ProMods 2.5 rebuilds Road to the Black Sea. No, it integrates Road to the Black Sea and connects it to the ProMods parts of the Balkan. It would be very impressive if we'd managed to already rebuild the entirety of the Road to the Black Sea.
Yeah. It's taken a good part of 3 months. I would say it's about 3 months that it's taken to integrate all the border crossings. And the testing process has been running for about, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2.5. So that's how we find ourselves in April. This is exactly the reason why we don't give any release dates, because if we do, then people will hold us to the release date, and we never know. We just don't know.
Can I point out the first farms of the stream?
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking very different. It reminds me a bit of Italy, in a way. I'm gonna have to have a look on the map and see where we're going exactly.
Michelle has suggested a route to us, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting how we've almost crossed all the way to the Mediterranean just in those couple of minutes crossing into Israel, whereas it feels like an eternity that we've been driving through Jordan.
Oh, I see now the route he wants us to take.
Okay. Please give me the suggestions.
Yeah, he wants to go to Hadera,
Mhm.
then to Beersheva, then to Mitzpe Ramon, and Eilat.
Beersheba, okay. That means this one needs to go away.
I've
Okay.
already got it set up.
Yep. Well, this
Yeah,
will
what is it?
this will work as well. That's
Is it?
absolutely fine. Oh, I should probably change this because I'll go through here. Yep. Okay. I need to take it off the parking brake.
Here's an interesting question. Someone's asking whether we're going to get more cities in Moldova or just a rebuild of the one which existed before in 2.5.
The absolute priority is to get the two cities that were there back in. In terms of development, Balti, I don't know how to pronounce it. It could be Balti or something similar to that. Moldovan, Romanian, whatever language it's supposed to be pronounced in, is, I would say, about 60% complete in reconstruction. But the biggest issue is with the capital. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably Chisinau or Chisinau. Yeah. That is a large city, and it will take quite a while to actually build that. But more specifically, because that will take such a long time, and including the countryside and the roads in between, connecting those back up to Romania, I think it's quite unlikely that we can have more cities. But the quality of Moldova will be very, very similar compared to the Black Sea DLC, which is going to be groundbreaking. Because the old Moldova looked a little bit old. Although it was very fun to drive with all the bumpy roads. So we're going towards Haifa here? Yeah.
Yes. No.
No.
Oops.
Yeah, no, don't
South.
ram me, please reverse. I am going
We have to go south.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Horizon. I did not pay attention.
Another question about Chernobyl in Pro.
Well, that is quite an interesting request. A lot of people have asked about that. I don't really see a priority to do that. You know, ETS is supposed to be a game for all audiences, and Chernobyl is a bit of a grim historical place. Also, it's very far away from anything else that we've done in the map. Am I going to be able to make this? I think so. I'll be right back there, guys. Just give me a minute.
And isn't the new safe containment effectively finished now? I mean, what real point is there to add it now?
Yeah. Don't know. I mean, it's a novelty place, and we have added quite a few novelty places to the map that that wouldn't exist in vanilla ETS. But at the moment, it's definitely not an area of interest. Thank you guys for waiting. You're all very patient. And that must be the Mediterranean.
Question's asking if there's something new in Poland. Not in this version, I don't think, but in 2.5 there should be a fair bit.
There actually is a little bonus in Poland in 2.5. Again, I won't be able to pronounce the name of that city. Is it Syrian, or I might be completely butchering it, but it has been rebuilt in 2.45. That's the only thing in 2.45 that's been changed in Poland.
I think it is Syrian.
Syrian. Well, it's almost.
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cieszyn.
Chechen. Okay.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Okay, and Michelle, who is the original developer and still the main developer of the I guess the western part of the Middle East add-on, wants to say that in addition to the new areas, the whole of Israel and Lebanon has all been reworked from previous versions. So I guess all the stuff we're driving on, even if it existed in a previous version, has been improved.
Yeah.
Indeed, it was improved. For example, all the rocks were removed. New prefabs, roads.
Yeah. And all the new prefabs as well, because all the road lines are correct now. That's very nice to see. I have actually been to Israel once in my life, and I have to say that it looks the way I remembered it. So that's a good job. Wow, this looks like this could be confusing. I need to pay attention to the signs here.
Just follow Beersheba.
Okay. If there's anybody watching from Israel, that would actually be quite nice if they give a shout out on the stream, because it should be in the afternoon there.
Right there, Juice?
I don't know what happened.
Did someone crash?
No. I think the road, because it's bending, it made me to spin out.
Well, I have to say that those bends were a little bit tight.
People asking about various Mediterranean islands such as Malta and Mallorca.
They would be very, very fun places to drive. Malta's definitely on my wish list, my personal wish list. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. It would be nice. Mallorca?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Well,
So yeah, those kinds of places that might not make that much sense from a trucking perspective, but they're the kind of places we have added quite a bit in the past. So
yeah, and they're definitely on the wish list. I mean, not every single island is possible, but it could definitely be possible to add Mallorca with a ferry from Barcelona once the Iberia DLC is out. Doesn't really make that much sense to actually do that right now. Malta, yes, would be really lovely. However, the main obstacle with Malta is that everything is left-hand drive, just like Cyprus, and it needs a complete set of new assets. We were going to have to...
Yeah, it's got this. It's got a really unique look, doesn't it?
a very unique look. So we'll need new road prefabs, new road templates, new roundabouts, new road signs, new navigation signs, new police cars, a lot of new stuff. So it's a lot of effort for a place that's pretty small. That's why it will probably take a while for that to appear. Personally, I have some interest in adding Monaco and San Marino as well. Again, two very, very small places, but it would just be fun to have them in the map. But again, both of those are quite a lot of work. I think we need to turn right here to Beersheba. Yeah, guys, take this exit to Beersheba.
I see in the chat a mention about someone asking about external contracts to Iceland. The answer is it'll never happen because it relies on SCS changing their server stuff, and that's not going to happen for us.
Unless they add ProMods to the system somehow. But yeah, it's a dream to have that happen.
We have to go towards Ramon.
Yes. Okay. Slow down, we're entering city limits here and there's a speed camera. Red light.
Well, I'm still not seeing anyone actually from Israel, but we got someone here saying that they drove on the stretch of highway we were just on a few years ago, so that's something.
Yeah. Traffic lights here look a lot like the ones in the UK. Slightly different, but very similar. Looks like we're entering the desert again.
Oh, we now have people wishing for ProMods Oceania with Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Island. Well, if someone wants to spend literally all the free time in the rest of their life making that,
yeah. I mean, I would actually love to see the country that I live in game, but
yeah, I mean, I think we've entertained the idea before, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
it's so much work. So much work.
Yeah, the only feasible way to actually make any meaningful progress on that would be to drop ProMods Europe and all run away to Australia.
Is it even possible to make?
I think it should definitely be possible. You need a lot of different vegetation, though.
I am more about connecting the country.
Right. Yeah. Presumably, it would be a standalone map.
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
one of the main aspects of ProMods has always been realism, and we've always said that we won't work outside of Europe until Europe is complete. Well, Europe is not yet complete, but Michel has dedicated a lot of his time to make this spectacular add-on to European territories. Connecting to Northern Africa is a possibility. Connecting to Asia or Australia, very unlikely, simply because there's no realistic way to get there in real life with a truck.
we are in Asia now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
He's talking about Eastern Asia.
Eastern Asia, like Thailand, Malaysia.
Right.
It'd be really cool, but it's just too far. But you are correct. We are driving in Asia. Is everybody still behind me? I feel like I've lost the group.
Yeah, we had a bit of a slowdown here, but I think
Okay.
we're all coming.
Yeah, Deuce had some kind of
Might
physics
be.
spaz.
Ah, finally, we have someone saying they went to Israel in 2016, and they say that everything looks really similar to real life. Great work, ProMods. That's very good to hear, and well done, especially to Michelle, developer of Israel.
That's very good to know. So it looks like we've got a bit of an interesting trajectory ahead of us here. This road looks. Woohoo! We are very high up.
I think it's
This
more
is
that
the-
down there is just very low down.
Yep. It's a basin.
Sorry, Horizon.
No problem. We are now entering a Negev desert.
Negev Desert. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Someone crashed.
Uh-oh. I'm
Bit of an
gonna
oopsie.
have a
Oh.
look at the camera.
You're all.
I'm gonna have a look if I can.
No, nothing to see. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see.
Yeah, I've already teleported upright again.
Oh.
I think we've had another crash instead, though.
Another
Right.
person asks about Dubai and Emirates.
Well, it would be mostly a question for Michelle to answer, but the biggest issue is that it's so far from the Saudi border to get to Dubai. What is it, like 2,000 kilometers? I'm not quite sure, but it's a long way.
Oh, it's a long way. It's like France and maybe Germany combined.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
It would be really cool to have Dubai and some of the other Gulf states in this mod. That would be amazing.
Especially with skyscrapers.
Yeah. To see places like Bahrain and Qatar, that would be quite interesting.
It's the one on the little island. Is that Bahrain or Qatar?
Qatar is an island which is connected by land bridge, or at least I believe it is.
No, Bahrain is an island.
Okay.
Qatar
it's
is
Qatar.
Is peninsula.
Yeah, it's a peninsula. It has this long land bridge which also connects it to Saudi.
Yeah, big long road bridge. I've
Yeah.
entertained the idea of doing a load of nothing.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's hard to make empty stuff.
Oh, exactly. That's what I mean. It's still a massive amount of nothing to make.
Yeah.
Don't forget a couple of big cities.
Yeah, that too. There's a couple of those.
The good thing about these roads is that you can be quite creative with the lines that you take around the bends. It's a little bit easier than some narrow mountain roads. So we're turning right towards Eilat. Let me just check.
Yes, they heal us.
And that's part of why we don't really take requests that much either, because we've got that many things that we want to make ourselves that we really have a long list.
Yeah, and then over the course of a stream like this, I think there's probably not a single country in Europe that's not going to be mentioned by someone as in the chat as
Well, people
that they want to see.
People are definitely free to ask questions. Sometimes we are not able to answer those questions, but everybody.
Yeah.
This is the thing is everybody wants to see their own local areas or their favorite areas, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be developed. Speed up a little bit. I can see you guys are all behind me.
Ooh, nearly rolled. Caught it though. At least I'm now behind Plum.
Don't speed too much. There's a junction.
Yeah, that's okay. So we're turning right here. Ooh, what was that? Someone using the walkie-talkie system.
That was Plum raring Darwin.
I'm actually quite curious, how many viewers do we have at the moment?
257.
259 in short.
That's quite similar to what we had on the evening stream, so it seems like the time of the day doesn't really make a difference at the moment.
Well, not on a weekend and with the lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, it does, sort of. For example, we currently miss a lot of American views.
Yes. Then again, we have some viewers potentially tuning in from Asia right now. I saw someone saying greetings from India earlier, so hello if anybody in India is watching.
Another question about Akaba. Is it connected to other entertainment city? No. It's currently disconnected from the rest of Jordan, so you have to go through Israel to reach the rest of the Jordanian cities as well.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Oh, Michelle has just mentioned that Quava to Oman is planned soon, but not the next version.
Turn left on the intersection.
Yes, we need to cross the border. Oh. A bit fast for that bend, but we can manage. Whoa, whoops, I damaged my truck.
Another question, are you ever gonna connect Middle East to the main map by land?
Yes, that is the plan. It needs a considerable amount of work in Turkey, and I think Michelle is thinking of how we can do that.
And we've got an interesting question here, asking someone to explain how the whole rescale in Northern Scandinavia works. So, well, I'll let one of the developers answer that one.
Northern rescale is pretty much improvement in the roads in Russia and Norway, because we had to extend some roads a bit, therefore there have been some gaps. So we now have some new sections to fill those gaps. So on 2.45 we will be able to explore some new sections for roads in Norway and in Russia.
And Finland also Finland.
Yeah, and this was necessary in the first place because was it the projection of the world map changed or something?
When I think it was the Baltic DLC was released, SCS changed the way that the European map was projected, and so that forced us to change the ProMod map as well, to basically put it back into alignment with the SCS map, and that caused some problems up north where apparently we hadn't built enough distance into the road system to make it accurate. So we were forced to add a bit more stuff in between to make sure the cities were back in their correct positions.
And SCS had to change it because they were using a very strange map projection that they could no longer get to expand the background map, so they had to change to a more conventional.
Yeah. Okay, I think we need to turn left here. Yeah, that's a prefab, so...
Looks like David just lagged out there. So what happened there?
Well, this is a bit of a surprise. Not everybody was expecting this, but it's another country added to the map. We should probably get some new models for those border guards. They look fairly pale for this part of the world.
We've got another response from Michelle to someone who I think was asking to whether we might see Petra, map of one of the wonders of the world. But Michelle sadly says that it's absolutely not reachable by truck, which sounds quite reasonable. As cool as it would be to see, it would also require a huge amount of work to make all the models as well, I guess. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the realistic answer there is that it's nowhere near the main road, so you can't get there by truck.
Yeah. And someone from New Zealand saying Kia ora to you, Scott.
Oh, kia ora. It's always good to have fellow Kiwis tuning in.
Trying to stop for fuel.
Yeah, we should definitely stop for fuel, but looking at my petrol tank now, I just probably shouldn't have filled it up entirely. Let's get some fuel here and then let's see what we'll do next. So this is the cheapest place in the map to fill up. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is the cheapest place in the map.
300 liters for 32 euros.
I paid 43 euros.
Luxembourg has finally met its match.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh man, yeah, nice queue here to fill up. Reminds me of when I was still in America a couple of weeks ago, and the fuel prices tanked, and everyone was queuing to fill up there as well. I'm not sure what the equivalent cost is because it was in gallons, but it was by the time I left, it was down below $1 a gallon, I think.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
That's
that was pretty
cheap.
ridiculous.
So US gallons about 3.5 liters. So that would make it less than 30 cents a liter.
And here I am thinking 88 cents is amazing.
Well, we've reached Saudi Arabia. This again is a milestone. I'll make a quick lap around the map, and I don't know if you guys are up for it, but if you'd like to drive a little bit more, maybe we can go back into the Balkan area.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, got plenty of time.
We can go to Egypt a bit.
Yeah, that's also an option, but then we're giving away pretty much everything in this add-on.
There's nothing new in Egypt anyway.
Good thing is we can make a loop here.
And that makes 5 times.
I am sorry, my ping has suddenly increased.
No, that's alright. It's Plum that hit me, not you.
Oh, never mind then.
Okay, I'm parked up at the fuel station right there.
Maybe show the map for people.
Yeah, we'll show the map again, so we are in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, although it would be really cool to drive a little bit in Egypt, I think that we should probably keep a surprise, unless we can just hop across the border in Taba. No. Probably not. There's a lot of new stuff. Sort of, I think one of the biggest novelties here is that you can actually reach Lebanon by land by going through Syria and Jordan. So you're no longer dependent on just getting the ferry, because obviously these border crossings are closed. You cannot cross them. And Iraq to the east. You guys feeling like some Balkan, or would you like to stay in the Middle East area?
We can do Balkans. I
Okay.
think we should keep rest of stuff for people to explore.
Which area shall we pick?
I don't know, maybe start in Greece and go
Yeah.
maybe to Bulgaria
Yeah.
or Bosnia.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's start in Kavala or Kavala, and then drive up through the new border crossings into Bulgaria to Blagoevgrad. Maybe even further. That'd be it's a nice drive. I can't see what I'm typing because of the Discord overlay.
Another question. Why in the compatibility tab it does not inform us of what is added in Middle.
The Middle East is added in the add-ons tab, not in the compatibility tab. It's in a different tab. Ooh, I need to get out of this spot. I'll just wait here. I'm at the fuel station in Kavala, Greece. So if everybody can spawn around.
Sure, yeah.
This is actually, I really like this little town.
There's like a little hidden rat warren behind here.
Another question: do we get weight and inspection points in a map like ATS?
I think we have the functionality now in ATS, but it's not used in that many countries. But I think the countries that are using it, we can edit.
And also to add to that question, most countries don't have way stations. Therefore, we are
Hold
not
on a
like
second.
sprinkled around.
Look, I don't know what's happening here, but this is quite hilarious. There's an army of people marching up and down the beach. This is ridiculous. You should see this in replay when you...
Oh god, yeah, I see it.
Where?
What's going on?
I cannot see. Where?
Go back towards
I see it
where
now.
I am.
Some messed up settings on that walker.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening here, guys.
No, that's a feature. That's a feature.
It's there's a...
They should be social distancing.
Yeah, they're definitely
Yeah,
not
that's
social
true.
distancing here. These people seem to be. No, not quite either. But that's quite hilarious.
I think they're doing some parading or marching.
Are we all here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
We had a we had a question asking, is there any bugs found in the Middle East add-on? So I quickly checked, and since the first version of the Middle East add-on, there have been 482 bugs put into the bug tracker. There's the number of outstanding bugs isn't too high at the moment because Michelle tends to be quite good at keeping on top of all the bugs. But yeah, there are still a couple of bugs to fix, and I'm sure a few more will be found.
Yeah. 482. Yeah, in the past few days we got the main mod 2.45 down from about 750 bugs to just under 600. I think 590 or something. Which is that's a big task. There's about 300 bugs that disappeared. Yeah,
and most of the remaining bugs are trivial things that aren't going to hold up the release too much.
No, it's most important for us to make sure that the mod is actually functional. Like we hate invisible walls. We hate players getting stuck in places like barriers not opening or toll gates not working or those type of things. Deliveries not being possible, that would be quite frustrating as well. All those things are important to fix. Little things like flying signs or little cracks in the road, if we can fix it, we will fix it, but it's not super huge priority to get those problems resolved. At least they're not blocking the release as such. So we try to do as many of those as possible, but we can't get all of them.
Yeah, let's see. We've got a suggestion for what's going on with that beach, saying that the world of ETS2 is virus free, so they're allowed to do that. So maybe that explains what's going on. We also have a very nice comment saying that that someone's actually parked on that beach with their truck in real life. So that's nice to hear.
Oh, that is quite funny. That's amazing, actually. Ask the guy that's actually on the beach if he can see a group of people marching around. Oh, what's happening here?
A crash.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Plum, no worries. It's basically a meme.
So I have set my truck to cruise control now. Let's hope that I won't tip over in these bends.
Oh yeah, you're using that trailer.
This is actually quite a bendy piece of road for being a main motorway. Yeah. Some of the people watching might be realizing why we built this road and didn't continue further south in Greece, because we wanted to connect to Turkey.
Another question. Are you planning to add more of Russia?
Maybe you can answer that, Horizon.
It's not up to me to answer.
Well, I think Russia at the moment, like, we haven't done too much of it, mostly in the northern areas. There could be a bit more there, but we don't really want to do too much work in the SCS areas there.
And really, for us to expand into Russia much more, we start stepping on other people's toes.
Yes, like Rust Map and a bunch of other mods.
Especially when we have to create the rest of Ukraine.
Yeah, we still have a lot of work to do in Ukraine as well.
I'm still chuffed to bits with these toll rate signs up.
Yeah, they're pretty good work. Really nice. What surprises me so much is that is that the tolls are so cheap in Greece, yet they have so many toll stations.
Well, they keep talking about putting them up, and then the people manning the toll booths go on strike because they're putting the tolls up.
You can drive. You know where to go.
Not really, that's why I'm waiting for you to go past.
Okay. This would be the exit to take if there was actually a road connected to it, but there isn't. Because that leads to Ceres as well.
Well, because of the scale, I think.
Yeah, it is because of the scale.
Another question, are there any plans of adding Greek islands like Crete?
If any island were to be added, Crete is most definitely the number one. It's a large island, it's different. It'd be very nice to have some other Greek islands. Probably not as likely because it's a lot of work making small islands, and truck traffic is not really that common in real life. It's mostly shipped by boat. But Crete would be
Just
nice.
crashed.
Oh, you crashed? Oh no. Better
Don't
fix
worry.
yourself.
It is a staple of our convoy.
Maybe it means that developers are not the best truck drivers.
If previous experience from these streams is anything to go by, I'd say that's a fairly recent conclusion.
Yeah. We have another toll station coming up, guys.
It's a massive €8.40, whatever will be doing.
So we need to take this exit. This exit was included in the previous version, 243, but it was closed. Now it's actually opened for traffic and we can go north from here. In the meantime, my GPS destination is still pointing towards Jordan, I think, so...
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, mine's telling me to go to the ferry.
Mine doesn't. I have my own trailer.
This is actually quite a nice bit of road here. A lot of the areas in Greece have been developed by Sepchin, developer from Indonesia. He does quite a bit of the expansion in the Balkans area.
Yeah, and he does a pretty good job.
Certainly expanding in terms of the landscape, absolutely, yeah. What's really nice to see here as well is that you can really see the transition from the Mediterranean Greek landscape to crossing these mountain ranges into Bulgaria, and then changing that that climate. It gets a bit more temperate, I guess is the word. Let's take the exit into Ceres and then turn left and go back on the motorway from there.
I think I saw a long distance hole on the left, but it probably won't come up unless you get the draw distance on that.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Take the second left in the city.
Another question. Greenland coming soon?
What's coming soon, sorry?
Greenland.
Greenland?
Yeah.
No. I'd hate to disappoint. But let's It's very unlikely. In real life, all freight to Greenland is transported either by air or ship. There's no truck traffic. Greenland doesn't really have roads. The only roads are in towns, and they're not connected in between towns either. So we'll get back on the motorway here. Use some music here. Though we might suffer a copyright takedown. I really like these peaks around, like the hills and the mountains. It gives me a real impression that I'm driving in Mediterranean areas of Europe. I saw a bug there as well. There was an open hole towards the right. And that's the final toll station in Greece.
I was thinking there was a toll booth along here.
Yes, there is.
I don't know if that's the correct sign. I'll have to double check. I think it is part of Ignatia Odos, though.
Yeah, it would be good to check that. I actually noticed that toll sign with the prices is only posted on one side, not on the other. Now things get a bit interesting here. Because we're crossing through the truck lane. Someone hit the barrier there. Entering the border zone of Bulgaria.
I like that speed limit there we had for a second, 140.
Ooh, that probably needs some work. 140 is the speed limit on Bulgarian motorways. Drive a bit slower so you guys can catch up with me here. Is that actually 100k speed limit for trucks? That is quite
Must
fast.
be an error.
I don't know. I found it quite difficult to find some truck speed limits. Well, maybe there was truck weights. I don't.
Reminder for myself to check the speed limits in this border crossing.
We've got someone asking whether it would be feasible to add a handful of truck accessories as part of the ProMods package to complement multiplayer. Well, there is already the ProMods cabin accessories pack. That's not currently compatible with multiplayer, and I think that would have to be something that the multiplayer guys would have to, it's up to them whether they would have to put the work in to make that compatible on the ProMods server as well.
I think it's possible to make that compatible just for the ProMod server, but not for use in the other servers, because it basically means that if you have the accessories and the other player doesn't, then it leads to errors.
Yeah.
But the answer would be yes, definitely. I think it can be done. I've actually not requested support for the cabin accessories pack. But it would be a nice thing to do. So this entire part of Bulgaria is not part of the DLC, but it looks like it is, because it's all DLC assets.
I have created a couple of road signs across the city.
Yeah, I have done some of the signs here myself as well. Recognize some of them. So this city is entirely built by ProMods. Nowhere to be found in SCS work. Trying to make up my mind as to where to go. We can probably go.
Well, we can go on the motorway or go further away. Like go further on the highway.
Let me have a look on the map when I get through here. I'm just gonna park here for a little while. This is very illegal, but I need to look at the map. Maybe we could do one of the border crossings into here, into Macedonia or Northern Macedonia. Let's take this exit, guys. Any more questions coming from the chat?
Well, a lot of people asking, as always, when this is going to be released. To which the answer is, as always, it's ready when it's ready, but also soon.
yeah, that's pretty accurate.
No, soon trademarked.
Yes, soon TM.
Oh, I see a bug straight ahead there. That mountain wasn't drawing properly. There's a big hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the distance settings aren't right.
I have placed a lot of those roundabout signs across this area. It was fun.
Yes. Yeah.
New question: will you add Aachen or Maastricht to ProMods?
There's no room for either. It's too busy there. There's just no room. Actually, Maastricht is slightly represented in the mod the way it is right now. There's a bridge and a tunnel, but there's no room to put a city there. It's just too full. This is actually quite an interesting road. I don't know if any of you guys have driven here before, but
I don't think so.
it
Looks like
goes,
fun.
yeah, it goes quite high up, and it's fairly windy. It's a mountain pass.
I'll have to see if I can keep up with my. God, I'd even checked before. I'm hauling 51 tons. No wonder I keep getting left behind.
Yeah.
Another question. Will Middle East be available for multiplayer to the public?
Yes, it will.
It will definitely be available for multiplayer.
Also soon TM.
Yep. Absolutely.
Should they just copyright the raw word soon? Because we are using that so much.
My truck is actually struggling with this hill.
Yeah, I was down to about 20 kilometers an hour just now.
I'm doing about 50.
I'm trying to push you and crash.
BBC Radio 2's back.
I have reached the border here.
Someone asking whether we're still working on Bosnia.
Yes. That's actually one final area that we can show a little bit of
Ah, nice.
after this. I'm thinking we can conclude this little part of the convoy in Stip. I think that's the way to pronounce it.
Yep.
And then we can teleport to Croatia. Oh, I damaged my truck again.
So when that happens, it sounds like you dropped something.
Really?
Yeah, the force feedback on the wheel is that strong.
Yeah, it's probably because my microphone is mounted on my wheel.
That'd do it.
If I hit a curb, you'll probably hear the same effect. I don't know if I can do that now. No, there's no feedback here. Can I go off? No, it doesn't bump. If I see a curb somewhere, I'll let you know. Even after crossing this border, this road still goes up. The good thing is, what goes up must come down at some point, so...
Another question. Are you considering adding distance signs that are missing in DLC?
Distance signs in where? Sorry?
In DLC area.
In the DLC area. Yeah, that would be nice, but it hasn't. We just haven't had time to do it.
That we kind of want the areas to stabilise a bit, because if we do that, we lose access to any bug fixes that SCS makes and doesn't tell anyone.
Yeah. We're on the descent now. Careful, guys, there's a tree in the middle of the road.
Ah, it's normal.
I have
think-
actually seen a bigger tree in the middle of the road before,
Yeah.
in real life.
I think we need to hold up a little bit because I see guys are lagging behind.
There is a tree in the middle of the freeway. Imagine that.
I just imagine how
Did you hit me?
I didn't.
Alright, I'm here.
Yep, okay. No problems. Well, let's get to the next city and then we'll hop into Croatia.
Another question. Will Middle East and ProMods be released at the same time?
Probably yes this time. Last time that wasn't possible because there were still some serious problems in Middle East that could not be solved at the release of the main pack. But I think this time it should be possible to release both of them at the same time.
I saw a message about the ferry to Larnaca. If I recall correctly, the plan was when we add Athens, we will be moving the ferry from Thessaloniki to near Athens, whatever the name of where it is actually drops is called.
Mm-hmm.
But that is contingent on us making Athens first.
Yes. And Athens will also be a big job. This is a really relaxing road to drive. I quite like it.
I can just have the retarder take care of the braking.
We're just coming up towards a really quirky intersection and we're going straight ahead, which is not left. We're going straight. And the motorway intersections of this town are even weirder. They're not even proper motorway intersections. There's quite a few custom prefabs here that Mandelsoft has made. And these intersections in this town are unique to the map. They are not used anywhere else in the map. I'll show you from above when we get to it. I'll go straight past the first exit and then I don't really know.
This one.
Yeah, all of these intersections are custom.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see why.
Yeah. So I'll park my truck and I'll show it from above. We're all parked up there. Yes. This is a little bit different. There's a road section joining and then one leaving. And then some splits here. It's a lot of stuff to get confused and lose your bearings. Anyway, let's teleport again. We'll go to the new place in Croatia. If I say it correctly, it's Virovitica. If you just type VIRO, you should be able to get there. I'll drop my truck in here.
No, it's Virovica. Virovitica.
Virovitica. Yeah.
Virovitica, yeah.
I am parked at an intersection. Where shall we meet? It's a farm. Someone's reversing there. Just need Henry.
I'm here.
Are you? Oh yeah, okay.
Come on.
Right, I'll set the set nav. I don't think I actually need to set the set nav, but I need to go to Banja Luka. Over here. Let's remove the parking brake. Right guys, final stretch and then we'll wrap up the stream. It's telling me it's gonna take 57 hours to get to my destination now.
I'm late already, so
No, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't get the penalty just yet. Must take their time.
You don't get the penalty until you drop it off.
Yeah, I know, but you get the music telling you to hurry up and etc. etc. I haven't seen any of that. Well, normally I would definitely stop here, but I'm just gonna move on. I really like this road surface. Looks cool. Interesting fact about this area is that I actually built the original layout of these towns. It's one of my rare few mapping projects that I've actually added to the map. It's been heavily rebuilt since I first made this road though. Lots of usage of new Balkan assets here.
Those houses look more like from DLC front.
Yeah, that's possible. We're at the bend in the road here, guys. Pay attention. Whoa.
Thank you. thanks for a heads up. Too late.
So it's the guys at the back that have the biggest issue because of the sudden slowdown. I think we should stop here.
You think?
Well, you have to be somewhat serious.
Well, let's forget our last crashing and the rest of it.
Oh no, another red light. I actually don't even need to indicate here. The road just follows through.
Actually, do you?
No? I don't think so.
Well, look at the sign.
Oh yeah, there's a giveaway sign. That's incorrect.
Yeah, that has to be fixed.
It's a bit of an interesting intersection as well, crossing from the right-hand lane, and now we can drive on the left because there's a one-way street.
Oh, there's a bug here. Isn't there?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely. Wall.
An invisible wall.
Yep. Here.
Okay, well, it's good that we found it.
yeah, Deuce ran into it on the last stream too.
Okay.
I think we all did run into it last stream.
I didn't
right,
hit it.
We'll have to check that it's fixed in the new build then.
See, this is why we do beta testing. As a matter of fact, I think all of us are guinea pigs right now. Any more questions coming from the stream?
We've had quite a few questions asking what's going on with ProMods ATS, so I don't know if there's any kind of update you can give us.
Frankly speaking, the majority of resource has been allocated to the integration of the Black Sea DLC, obviously. There has been some progress in Canada, and there will be more progress in Canada. But to give any realistic time frame is still far-fetched. I'm not quite sure. I think overall, if you look at the map from above in like a bird's eye perspective, we have probably completed 60%, maybe 65% of the original plan. So it's getting closer, but still not quite ready.
Well, the original stage 1 plan.
Yes, the original stage 1 plan. This is a brand new edition here. You could actually cross this bridge in previous versions, but now there's actually something to drive into.
Yeah. Other than that, just a lot of general speculation about how long it'll be until 1.37 comes out, and then how long it'll take for us to make ProMods compatible with that. To which, as we discussed earlier, the answer in both cases is probably quite a while, because it's quite a complex update for SCS to get all the testing done for, and then it's quite complex for us as well, having to change a lot of the sound setting. All that.
I'm just noticing a bug here as well. It's just crossed out of the border crossing, and the speed limit's still on 30, whereas it should be 50. It should be 50 here, not 30. There's a bug right there.
Geez, we're still stuck at the other border.
Really? We'll just wait for you guys then. We'll have a look from above and see where you guys are.
Might just teleport.
You across here, still in Croatia?
Yeah, David was having some problem. I'm not sure what it was.
Okay. Well, this is another milestone for ProMods going into Bosnia.
So technically, with Middle East, ProMods will have 4 new countries: Bosnia, Iraq, Syria, and Saudi Arabia.
Yes. I'll slowly get moving. I have to say, it took me almost a week to do all of the signs in this area. The majority of the road signs that you see around this part of the map were all done by myself. And there's nothing to really copy references from, because the Bosnian sides are very different.
I noticed another bug.
Did you?
Yep. In the gas station it said Gasma in Cyrillic, but there was a stand which had Latin letter.
Okay. Well, this part of Bosnia apparently uses Cyrillic writing, but mainly because it's a predominantly Serbian-speaking part of the country. If I'm saying this correctly, please don't take offense if I'm saying it incorrectly. So we should probably put more stuff in Cyrillic.
No, Bosnia is a Slavic country, that's why. That's why they use Cyrillic.
Now the southern part of Bosnia does not, as far as I know.
Well, Bosnia is mostly split in 3 ethnicities, so they might have their different takes on road signs.
Are you guys on the motorway?
Just joining.
Okay, good. Just keep going straight. There's not a lot that can go wrong. toll gate. There's no sign here to warn you of that toll gate. Whoops. Not a percentage of damage here. That might be something for you to look into if you're looking into the Greek signs, Jay.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see. Might see what is there.
I don't know if there's supposed to be anything there. Any more questions?
I can see someone asking us to add some more to Ireland.
I'm aware of one major place in Ireland missing, and that's Cork. I would love to add Cork, but at the moment we just don't have the resources available. It will be added one day.
And here we are, where we ended the stream last time.
Yes.
And crashed. Should we go around?
Around the roundabout?
Yeah.
Joining. Here we go. Oh, that didn't last very long.
Whoops. Oh no,
What the
this is turning into a real mess.
Yep, I nearly went over. He caught me.
Hey, do you need help?
No,
Well,
I'll just,
right the way over this time.
I won't teleport for a moment so that you guys can have a look.
Well, I think this is going to be a good time to wrap up this stream. I hope that people who are still watching have enjoyed watching this and watch us mess about and fool with each other
And crash.
and crash.
Yeah, hopefully there aren't any Truckers MP admins watching, or we'll all be banned for dangerous driving.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, well, everybody who's watching, have a good night, have a good day, whichever time zone you may be in. And we'll catch you the next time, and we'll keep you updated about the developments. And we really, really hope that we can release this very soon, so that people can enjoy the map just like we are right now. As you can see, there's still a few bugs to be solved, but we're getting there. So, yeah, keep going. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you very much for watching our stream.
Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to the Truckers MP guys for having us on again.
Alright guys, so we're gonna disconnect the stream now.